I get this wrong. We have a Queer Street, won't I? Right, so this, if I'm recording, this is my 5x7 hoop. Okay. RS18 on my machine. Probably RS18 on Deborah's machine, because they're all made by the same people. However, it's a 5x7 hoop. So I've just laid my no-show mesh over the top. And I'm going to cut them off. Of course, you don't need all of that. Put that down and get rid of that. Okay. So now, using a more conservative eye, and equalising the top and bottom, you know, as I have told you, I always use a pre-tensioned hoop. So, when I... Oh, nope. It is a pre-tensioned hoop. See, I'm having trouble getting that again. But once I pop it in, I need to take more consideration. Let's put the top in. Oh, okay, because I don't want to lose that bit. Right, let's put the top in. Make sure that the rest is taut. And then whack it down. Right, so now that's in there nice and intensified. I am going to put, because you can see on this I got magnet strips, I'm going to put a couple of magnets to hold. If you don't have magnets, you can stick pins in to hold it taut, okay, but I'm not going to. Alright, so you just saw me tension up this hoop. I did it again actually because it wasn't very tense. I was a bit tired last night, and I've now put my magnets on that is holding it. And I did say to you that if you don't have magnets, you could take a long strong pin and just to make sure you can push a pin, I'm not doing this very well, am I? In and out on the fabric like that, so that pin can't go past your join, so therefore the material can't slip. But because I've got a magnet situation going on, I can clip on magnets that again is not going to allow my inner fabric to move. And this is no-show mesh, in case I never mentioned that before. Okay, now the next thing is fabric. I'm going to do this. I picked some, girls type fabric, and as you can see by the hand of the material, do you know what I mean by hand of material? The way that it drapes, the hand of the material, you can see that I have best pressed these squares, which I cut using a sweet pea ruler. This is 7x9, so that means it's going to more than fit a 5x7 hoop. Alright, so I know I'm cutting it much larger than it really needs to be, and I would rather cut more than less. The two lining rectangles, I have best pressed them, but they don't need any more to happen to them than that. But this is going to be the outside, back and front of our pencil case. That's the lining. So these do need something a little extra. Now, if I use something, it's very much like SF101. Now, I think I got a little tiny bit left in the packet of SF101. It was, let me just get it out and find who makes it. It's made by Pellon. Oh, this is Pellon, yeah, Shape Flex SF101. That's the name of it, okay? But I buy things in bulk from Empress Mills. Where are they? They're, oh, I've got a card here somewhere from them. Where are they? They're up in Colne. Up north somewhere anyway. Empress Mills. And they do a woven interface. Actually, I got two lots here. A woven interface, so it's got to be and it's fusible, a fusible woven interface. I'm not gonna mess with that one. That's obviously a new piece. So I'm going to come and mess with this one. Again, so this is the sticky side, you know, the fusible side. So I'm just going to get my ruler, and I am just going to cut a piece of this woven interface, fusible interface, the same size as every other bit, okay? And obviously I will be ironing this onto the back of my outside fabric, alright? Just to give it a little bit more firmness, because obviously you don't want your pencil case to be too floppy doppy, okay? You want it to have a bit of firmness. Now, if you don't have that, no worries. What you can use, find some here somewhere. This is a, like, you know, this is your normal non-woven interface that you would use in sewing. It's like paper, yeah. But you could use that. This is probably a medium weight. It's just to give some body to the actual pencil case, because we are not using any sort of batting or any other stabilizer apart from the no-show mesh that is in the hoop. So this is just something a little extra. So I am going to go and when I find them again, before we start, I'm going to just bond that to the back of my front pieces. Now, so I've just put that interface in on the back of my front panels, not the lining. The other thing you're going to want, I use painter's masking tape, or freezer tape we call it over here in Britain. So it's just like a paper tape that you can rip, yeah? And we are going to want some of that. So having cut a certain amount of fabric ready to go, I forgot to say to you, obviously we need to write this as thumb drive. So I just put my USB stick in the side of my computer. I'm on the RE18, which is the 5x7 hoop as far as I'm concerned. If I pop the hoop on now and come out, you can see it fits very nicely within my hoop. That's all I wanted. So I'll take my hoop back off, okay, and press Note to get back up in the middle of the screen, and then I will come up here to write to card, because that's what I want to do. This is pencil one as far as I'm concerned. I had a bit of a funny message there, so I hope it bloody comes out alright. Comes down to Lovelock, because that's where I'm putting most of my designs. Elephant mug wisdom. I think, I need to I think I need to make a folder here. Well, I can do it right in here. Make a folder, yeah. And I'm going to call it, what is this we're doing? Pencil case. P-E-N, double click it, no. Up. Oh, come on. Up. Okay. That one. Rename. Pencil case. Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so now I can open pencil case and say pencil one, get over there. That's what I want. Right, that's done that now, so I can come out of here and I can take the pencil case to my machine. Now the other thing I wanted to say, before we actually start stitching, alright, I can take this ruler and put it back on, yeah, and I can look at, I look at the inches side. If this is 9 inches, then I want to come down, I think about a third of it is 6 inches, isn't it? So I'm coming down to roughly there, alright, and I do these things roughly, and I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to cut it into 2 parts, alright. I think that's enough. 2 parts. And then I'm going to take one of the lining pieces. Alright, I'll get that out of the way for a second. Take one of the lining pieces, lay it on top, and I can just see where my line is. So I'm just going to use this as a straight line. And I'm going to cut one of my lining pieces in the same manner. So now I've got, if you like, a lower front and a lower back lining, an upper front and an upper lining, alright, and then I've got 2 whole pieces that is going to be basically the back of it. Alright, so we can leave them to one side. We don't need these. We don't need the top bit yet, but what we do need is the lower lining and the lower outside to take to the machine. Alright, so I brought up the pencil case. Here's my here's my no-show mesh in the hoop. First thing we need to do is I'm going to swap so it shows me which stage, and as you know, the first stage we do is in that red, but I'm hooped up with a sort of light lavender colour. So I'm just going to press stop and let it stitch out the placement line for what we want to work with. So I'm going to speed this up. It's getting a bit silly. But you'd want to wash. It's all the sticky that I use. You'll see in a minute how this happens. And because it's the same colour, it's going to go on now and draw the tram lines to fit the zip into. Alright. Makes me camera shake as well. Sorry about that. Brilliant. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into my settings, yeah, because I got it set up for some reason on embroidery. I got it set at 400, maximum. I'm going to put it to maximum of 800 and go OK. Now it should run a bit faster, right? So I've put in the tram lines, and now I'm right-handed, so I want my zip to go like this, yeah? If you're left-handed, put it in the other way up, alright? So that's entirely up to you. Now, this zip should fit between the tram lines that we stitched. Remember I said to you, oh, you're going to want a bit of tape to hold it still. Well, yeah, here it comes. Alright, so that's how I want it to be, the zip facing up, looking at me, but I am going to make sure I'm within those tram lines, and outside of the tram lines, I'm going to put a bit of sticky tape to hold, making sure it's covering those tram lines. Oh, and I'm just going to move my hoop a minute, because I'm right by the needle, so I want it to come down, yeah. So I'm smoothing my zip out between those tram lines, and I'm going to put a bit of tape on the side to hold that, so if I press start, it'll go back to where it should, to hold that zipper down nice and firmly between those tram lines, and it should now do the 2 blue lines to hold the zip down. So that's our zip held in place. It's going back because it wants to do the next line. So it's going back a bit now, but that's not the point. What we want to do is to take our bottom half of our front lining, okay, and the other way up. Hang on, let's do it from behind first, because that's easier, because once you've got that down you can do anything. All right, so take the hoop out, turn it over, you can see where your zip is, and I want it to be facing upwards on the back of the hoop, but just matching the outline of the bottom of the zip. And then again, this is it's going to be the bottom bit because we're going to fold it down eventually. So meanwhile, more tape to hold that in place. Let's do the back first. So it's going to hold that in place. If you want to get really technical, you could put a bit up there as well. Don't need to, but you could. So that's the back held down and up. Yeah. Yeah. Then we need to do the same with the front. Okay. So the front piece, again, I'm bringing down to meet the bottom of that zip in the middle, and I am going to just take that in place so it can't, flop about too much where I do that. See, this is how my guides get covered in stick. Right, so now I'm putting it back under the hoop. Okay. And now it's ready to sew the lower green line that we did. So I'll press start. Brilliant. Now I'll take my hoop off. Alright, I'll take these two bits of tape that I used for the front of the bag, and I can fold the front down away from the zip, yeah, and I can use a bit of tape to just to just hold it where I want it, facing down. Now we are going to do, just put a bit on there that I hope is not going to get in the way. Just a minute. You could pin it, as long as you pin it right out of the way of where the needle's going to go. But I am just going to gently hold it down with a bit of tape, alright, to keep that nice and solid on the front. Now the back piece, which will eventually come down underneath at the back, we leave taped up because we want to embroider on this front lower third of the pencil case. Bring that hoop back down. Oh no, right, it's ready to go now on the peacock colour for the bit of embroidery. So I'm taking out my lavender, and this is the darker colour, so I am going to use this peacock colour and pop onto my machine. Peacock, dark jade, whatever you'd like to call it, and I'm just going to hoop that up. And get that going and say start. So it's just now going to do, as you can see on my screen, the peacock colour, which is the pencil case outer. Sorry, the pencil sharpener outer. I think that's all I want of that ever again, I'm not sure. Anyway, so get rid of that. And the next thing it wants to do is a bit of white. Okay, so look, that's great. I haven't got my white set up. So I quickly swapped over to white, start to do a very, very small bit of white. And then the next thing, as you know, is a little bit of silver. And it's just whack in a little bit of silver. So now I'm ready to go with the silver. Okay, and then we have to do a titchy bit in yellow, bright gold, bright yellow. Okay, titchy bit in the bright yellow. Not very much at all. Okay, and it was a titchy bit, wasn't it? And the next thing I need to do is to find some sky light turquoise. I'm going to use this Gutman's because it's the right colour, not because I really want to. Oops, there's my end. Did you know you could do that with Gutman's? You can pull the end off so that you can always secure it. Did you know that? That's just a teeny weeny bit of inside the doodads. Right, fix that on. I'm not going to use this for the rest of the lettering. Anyway, I'm only using it because I know it's the right colour for me. It's not an embroidery thread, it's a Gutman's thread, but it'll do. Okay. I'm stopping it there, bringing it up because I can see I didn't cut my thread, did I? And I can see, ooh, that yellow. I should have cut that yellow. And I should have cut that white. Or silver, or whatever it was. And restart. And just start it again, whatever it was. I'm just going to show you, well, this is the end of the pencil case, and then I think, you know, you have to take my word for it, this is how it goes. As I do some more embroidery, which is not on camera. Alright, so there's my pencil case done. Alright, the next thing it wants to do is using the, what I call old gold, is to do, I can take that Gutman's off now, and oh, I got a lovely bit of material over there I could have used, but never mind. Anyway, so old gold, which was the old gold I decided I was going to use. And just before I start, I've lined it up, I am lifting my sellotapey bit because now it's being held down by that pencil case. So now I want the fabric to fall more freely, if you like. So now I'm starting on doing this set square ruler because that pencil case is now holding my work forward. Okay, I'm going to turn you off there and come back to you when we've done a bit more work. Oh, this is getting exciting a bit now. Bit more embroidery, bit more things to do, but you just wait and see what happens in a minute. You're going to absolutely love it. So please watch the next video because I'm stopping it here now because of the time issue. I'm stopping it here, but you wait and see what we do next. Oh, by the way, like, subscribe, share, join Lovelock Designs. Please do it.